I could drink some more, but what's the use? Don't wanna die from self-abuse. I won't accept no substitute. I wanna die with you. I wanna die with you. But tell me that you do too. Because I know our love is true. I'll do anything you want me to. But I know I'll die alone. But I know I'll die alone.
So do we have some Bliss guys or what?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Go on, George. Yeah, go on.
John. Full of bliss. Yeah, we were just trying to think of like a horrible word or something. I can't remember. It was basically the complete opposite of what we were trying to think of originally. And then thought it sounded good because obviously it sounds, well, you haven't heard it yet, but
I have.
You have?
I have.
Excellent. Well, yeah, as you know then, it's pretty bit angrier than the last record.
It's different.
Yeah.
You
know what? I don't even think, I've been thinking about this recently. I keep saying like angrier or something, but I think I'm probably underselling it a bit because I think actually it's just like, you know, we've all, by me not playing guitar as well as singing now, everyone's got their own thing to concentrate on and their own responsibility. And I think everyone's managed to do more because of that and like push it a little further. So it's not just that like the songs and the vocal delivery is angrier or whatever. It's, you know, yeah, you know, Battle's added a lot. Obviously, we're really tight playing together now, and it's yeah.
Well, that's it, and it's not straight 80s hardcore anymore. I mean, there are so many influences from so many different areas that I'm hearing in that album. I'm hearing metal. I'm hearing a bit of ska in places. I'm hearing a lot of different things. How did that come about? Or should we wait until Battle decides to rejoin the interview instead of his orange juice?
Is he left?
What is he doing?
I think
He's walking around the house.
Yeah.
I think it's fair to say that we get a lot of metal from Battle. Battle does bring a lot of metal influences. I've got a lot of metal influences as well.
I'll tell you, Battle hates punk because he takes loads of pride in saying it. He thinks it's dead cool. That's why he says it. Now he can't say it because I've already said it for him.
Well, he said to me numerous times that he's going to try and inject a little bit of like a metal riff into every song. So the fact that Shelley's picked up on that and we've allowed it to happen is a crying shame.
I think a big thing with that as well is like as you were saying, Shelley, with the influences that you're hearing and stuff like that. With the first record, a lot of it was written before it went into the room.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, little changes might have happened there and then, but very few songs on this album were sort of like that. There will have been like someone will have had an idea of riff or something like that, but a lot of it kind of grew in the room, jamming together, like seeing what worked, what didn't work. And I think that's why you can hear different influences coming in, is because it just kind of...
It's funny the little things that people have had on the effect of the songwriting, because one thing that actually contributes massive is I like write a riff and I'll want to play it for 8 times. And it's always Archie that goes, no, just do that, shorten it. And it's Archie that's kept the songs at that like Incisions length, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Well, I'd happily just get carried away playing the riff for ages, because I grew up listening to like stoner music, it's stoner rock, like, you know.
Ooh. Now, as somebody who was there when thrash metal and punk were together and hardcore, that's blasphemy. Even the metal songs were short back then.
I easily made like a 9-minute song just made out of one riff.
He really could, but as you know, Shelley, he could also tell 20-second story in 20 minutes.
Very
So, you know, that is what it is, and we all have a very big responsibility to make sure that Battle is not running away with his ideas.
And I hope him in a little bit sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but
Keep Battle
it's
in
great.
check.
Like Archie said, that's definitely been, you know, the biggest factor in how diverse the album sounds now is that, you know, a lot of the first album, I'd sort of write the songs or an accord structure or something and then take it in, and then we'd kind of just put everything else to it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this has been coming in from everyone really. So, and then Tet's obviously just absolutely smashed it with his drum parts, and you know, I don't think I can credit that to any sort of influence. That's just Tet is absolutely just killed.
Yeah.
A lot of the
I don't know if you've
records-
heard this album, Shelley, but it's basically a drum clinic.
It's fantastic.
I'm sorry.
And I wish I could.
to tell us?
I wish I could play as good as I did playing for the album now. I've got a big worry that I'll come back once everything's out of lockdown and I can't actually play drums anymore. But I did actually play really well for the recording.
Most of it was one take as well, wasn't it, Tet? Didn't you pretty much?
Couple of takes.
Didn't take long.
One of the songs on the
Drums.
album, Shelley.
Mm.
One of the songs, it's the last song on the album, and Tet did it. Like did two first time takes of it.
Mm.
And that was him done for the album. And he just went like, yeah, can I just try something at the beginning? It might not work, but just bear with me. Let me try it. I think Jordan's got it on film. And he did this intro to it, like this drum fill intro, this mad thing, and then kicked in. And he come back in, all our jaws were like all like that. Even Joe, who was recording, was around laughing, checking his head, going, fucking hell. And we kept listening to it on repeat, that Phil. And he did that first take, did he?
Mm.
No, he did one. He did one, and we were all like, "No, don't change it. That was perfect." And he was like, "No, I think I can do it a little bit better than that." And we were like, "All right, whatever. Try it again." And then he did it the second time. We were like, "Fucking hell, he's."
It seemed to work.
But you know,
when we recorded as well, and when we recorded, we properly had our shit down. So there was not usually when you're recording something, usually one person has a bit of a nightmare, and when you play something, even the most simplest thing, you can play it wrong like 3 times, then you're done. You have to either move on to something else or power through it. And not one of us, when we was recording, it was pretty much first, second take, all of us.
Wow.
There was no sections where anyone got stuck at all. I mean, Archie did it, the bass all in like an afternoon.
Wow.
It was bonkers how everyone just absolutely smashed it.
This
No,
Yeah,
first rodeo,
we
is
broke
it?
our own record, I think.
going to the studio to we basically go in for 2 days, and it's like get 6 or 7 songs down in that time, and that means that, you know, from the off, everything rests on Tet getting his drums down in a couple of hours, and you know, being able to and stuff like that, and you know, I think that comes through in like the urgency on the sound of the record with this.
Mm.
But yeah, you know, it's again just credit to Tet for it. All hinges on him being able to get the drums down quick.
Also, that we had a practice the day before. We recorded like the bulk of the second recording, and Archie turned up bladdered, proper. He'd been for like a couple of pints in the afternoon, and he turned up bladdered, butchered every single song. Like the day before, it was like, it's got to. We're dreading getting to his point, but when he did it, he smashed it.
Yeah, I thought they sounded great in that practice. I thought really
You
nailed it.
remember it? He didn't play a single right note at the right time, and at the end of it, he went, "Oh, that's great! That smashed it."
Filling you all with optimism.
It worked. It worked, I suppose. In the end.
Yeah.
So when did you
But
record
yeah,
this?
it was the one, like one of them was August time. Was it August last year? And then that was the second half. When did we do the first like 2 or 3 days?
So a couple of the songs are from when we did the split with Pizza Tramp.
Mm.
So there was the tracks sort of knocking about, because to be fair, those first 2 tracks were always meant to be the 2 tracks that went on that split were meant to be on the album.
Okay.
But we just realised that we didn't really, because we were playing a lot of gigs at the time, we didn't really have time or money to go in and finish an album anytime soon. I'd really get in and write an album because we were just playing gigs all the time. So yeah, we put out that split. But yeah, that was probably the back end of the year before.
Mhm.
Yeah, 2019, sure.
So
Yeah, it was a long time coming, but it was well done at the end of it.
And I haven't seen the lyrics, but what I can hear of the lyrics, they're very different from your debut album. They're more authentic, I would say. What happened there? How did that change?
I mean, they're more, I guess, links to the authenticity. I mean, it's definitely more like personal and,
Yeah,
you know, not so much. There's not really a track on there that's outright like attack of the government or anything really. It's yeah,
it's
very reflective. A lot of it.
Mhm.
I don't know. There was a shit couple of years before the pandemic for me, so that comes through.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of it came through. A lot of it felt very personal. A lot of it
Yeah.
felt very raw.
Yeah, but like you know,
Have you heard the full album, Shelley?
I'm sorry,
Have you
Battle?
heard the full album?
Yes.
Yeah.
Have you heard the full album? Yeah. Oh, right, cool.
And it's
Tech's
brilliant.
not.
I have. Loads of times. What are you on about? I don't listen to my music after it's played. I just like play it. Of course,
You've
I
not found a
listen to it,
decent
mate.
torrent yet.
Well, you can't find enough seeders for underground DIY punk scene, can you? That's it.
Yeah.
Nah. Of course, I've listened to it, and I love the album. It's probably my best achievement that I've done, which is really good. And you can see Battle laughing there.
What about
But
the time
really,
you fixed the car light?
I want that
Sunderland.
writing on the album as a quote. Best achievement.
I think it was more
Achievement
impressive
award.
how you wore them glasses that only had one thing on your ear.
Oh God, yeah. When I was in a glasses shortage and my last glasses, yeah,
The great glasses shortage of Barnsley.
of Tet's glasses collection, and you seem to love my glasses, but you didn't realise that I changed my glasses a couple of months ago, and you just not realised it.
I realised.
So, did you?
I think
Yeah,
I
you
congratulated you.
At the time then.
They were slightly different. I get them from just an online store, and then they put them. So you don't know what they're actually going to look like until they arrive. But actually, they're pretty good. Would recommend. It's the cheaper option.
The checkout family.
This is brilliant content.
Gets his glasses from an online store.
See, these aren't the answers you expected, Shelley, but they are the answers I think the viewers need.
You can say that we are truthful. We are an honest band. We
Yes.
don't hold anything back.
I've just realised how Jordan's lyrics have got to what Spectacles set was.
Yeah.
As
I don't know
for
how
the
that happened.
answers, it's Incisions. I expect this. I don't have a mic cord for Battle to trip over, so we have to have something.
Given a chance. Given
Yeah.
a chance, he would do though.
Have you heard Archie's impression of Andy?
Oh my gosh! Thank you for reminding me. You have that so spot on.
Yeah, we'll have to. Well, there's a bit of a surprise coming soon, isn't there? With that, so
Yeah.
I won't say too much. But
There's
we'll have to
something.
wait.
Oh, accent. Come on.
Go ahead and do
Oh
it.
come on! I don't want to do it now.
What does Andy think
no,
of
but-
Clowns, the band? Archie, what does Andy think about Clowns, the band?
Well, you know, I do like the Clowns. You were all right. The Clowns.
Yeah, watch our new video that's coming at some point soon. When are you putting this up, Shelley?
I think Andy's going to get it out next week.
Yeah.
Either that or the week after.
Yeah.
It might be out.
Well, shit, we're recording this now.
Yes.
Yes, Martin.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, you're walking around getting your orange juice.
Sorry, I just thought it was a drink. A drink. Yeah, well, yeah, I just thought we was having a drink. I didn't know this. Sorry to whoever's listening to it as well.
Unbelievable.
I was wondering when we was going to start the interview.
Oh.
Oh, battle.
Is that why you were lying down before?
Yeah. It's a good job I didn't start getting my belly out of that, isn't it?
I wish you did.
All right, which brings me on to the most pressing question of all.
Battle's belly.
No, thank you. But who had the idea to do the quick deep throating for your video?
Oh. Well, I mean, that was all Tet, really. The technique itself of the deep throat.
It wasn't my idea, but the moment that I had a game plan for it, I knew how to put it into action. But who actually did come up with the idea?
I think the initial concept was Martin.
Yeah.
Well,
I'd like to attribute it to Battle.
No, it wasn't. I think it was Jordan. I come up with the ideas all just sitting down. One take. What I wanted us all to do is sit there and stare at the camera and try and not laugh. That's what I wanted us to do. But Jordan come up with the lolly race idea.
Well, yeah. And then from there on, Tet just went in with the technique.
He's the deep throat master.
Yeah, you can make someone very happy with that, Tet. You know.
I'm sure I could, and I can't tell you how to do it. You gotta learn to do it. It's all in the cheeks. It's all in the cheeks. That's all I'll say.
You're gonna have to excuse me. My daughter's just walked straight in here and just said the word food and nothing else. So just bear with me 1 second. I need to feed my coats.
And there we have it. A display of professionalism from Martin Battle.
If only as he was walking away from the video, he like tripped over and like fell over something. It would have added to it.
I interviewed you guys.
Yeah. You know, he should have done that.
Oh, hi,
Hannah's here.
Hi.
Hannah's Battle's daughter. You all right, Hannah?
Hannah, remember that? Hannah, do you remember that interview that you did with me and your dad at Strummer Camp?
Yeah, when we were all laughing at the rugby players' names.
Yeah.
Like Mark Fisher or something.
Yeah.
Was it Steve Mackerel?
Vic Mackerel was.
Fish. I think someone called Fish.
Battle. Vic Mackerel.
Yeah, mackerel it were.
Yeah.
That was it. She started Connor Fish.
Yeah, we did an interview at Strummer Camp, Shelley, when me and Battle were absolutely levered, and Hannah was with us, and it was just an absolute.
I hope it never gets to see the light of day. Otherwise, I won't be seeing Hannah for quite a while. Clean it up then. Do you think I am? Sorry, just.
You have no authority here.
We're real. You know what I mean? One of us is the parent. Imagine that. One of us.
Right, we go in there. Go away.
Full time, Tet.
Actually, Battle, bring Hannah in.
Are you coming in? You might not get any sense of her. She's just laughs. She's stood there laughing like a bloody hyena. What are you laughing at?
Dad, but didn't you do his haircut?
What?
Didn't you do
Why are you
his
saying
haircut?
you cut this of him, didn't you?
Yeah. You thought I did a smiley face on purpose.
You did. She did a
No,
smiley.
I didn't.
She did a smiley face on the back of her
I
head.
didn't. I was literally just doing that.
You
Yeah.
guys have kind of got the same haircut at the moment.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah,
He wanted,
yes, mate.
he copied me.
Yeah, I think you did actually.
Yeah.
I remember you with the haircut much earlier than Battle did.
You're a
Yep.
trendsetter, Hannah.
Already.
Look at that, Ted. Look at that.
I love the way that if you tilt your head forward, then you can see like the same amount of color like throughout the hair. If I do that, then that's not how it looks at all. So I'm impressed.
So, some people are born with pink and yellow hair, Ted.
Fun and yellow hair. What is that about, Ted?
I actually don't know. I thought that was a statement that would have just slid past and we could have pretended that wasn't said. I have no idea.
A more question, Shelley, would why is the colour green associated with Tet?
Okay.
So-
Ted, Jordan's
So
question.
there's a question.
Yeah.
So it was Halloween. What was it? Halloween 2020 or was it 2019?
It wasn't 2020, was it? That was last year.
It was
in the
yeah,
height of the
2019.
pandemic.
Halloween. It weren't
No, no,
Halloween,
no.
Ted. It was Christmas. It was Christmas.
Oh, was it the Christmas gig? Oh, it was Christmas gig.
There's
And,
one where I
um,
wasn't there. I wasn't part of the story.
Yeah,
Yeah, shut up then.
Yeah.
and we decided to do fancy dress, and I decided to dress up as Shrek. So I had to wear full green makeup everywhere. That could be seen by real people. What the rest of the band has then taken away from that is that I, for some reason, painted my arse green, despite not ever getting my arse out at any point in any gig. And yeah, the rest is history. It's a band myth. That
We walked past, Shelley. We walked past, and I looked through the
Mid
room.
battle
what we had
walked in
glassed up.
and painted his arse
And
green.
I stared through and saw Tech with his pants down, and I went and got Jordan. And what's going on here? And Tech caught us both looking through. And he went, and he like, look, what do you think I'm doing? I'm painting my arse green. What do you think I'm doing? And Jordan went to help him paint, his arse, and he flipped out.
Sponge at me. He threw the green sponge at me. His arse sponge.
I did throw the sponge at him, but it had not got anywhere near my arse. That's the story that I am sticking by.
Yeah.
This never happened.
I think you protest too much, to be honest. I mean, I wasn't there. I can't comment.
No, I
but-
think I don't protest enough because it's been allowed to propagate this far enough that we're saying it on an actual interview, and I've just got to kind of set the record straight at some point. So I don't think I've been doing enough protesting.
By other members of the band. Got it.
If you ask the majority of the band, then they would think then it'd be 3/4 of the band think that this happened. But then
I phoned you actually, didn't I? Can you remember when I phoned you and you was on a bus on the way to work? And I phoned you and told you about it, didn't I?
Yeah.
But then this is
green ass.
This is just another example of how democracy fails. The truth is stifled, and the fake news overcomes. This is fake news in 101.
They do say never let the truth get in the way of a good story, don't they? So,
I think they do.
I don't know if I've said there.
But no one. But if the story was about you painting your arse green, you'd at least want to defend yourself a little bit.
No.
I don't know. Maybe people like having their asses painted green. I'm not one to kink shame.
But let's just move on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mind your ass.
I know what.
Mind your ass.
Mind your
Archie,
ass.
you slept in your garden last night.
I did. I'm pretty tired today. I got maybe half an hour's kip.
Yeah.
It
Was
was
Dad and Malt Twig.
Malt Twig and my dad were not involved. Just me. Yeah. It was for a charity called the Leeds Big Sleep. I'm not actually in Leeds at the minute, but
Can you put a link? Can you put a link to his Just Giving page in this, Shelley?
Yes.
Yeah, you should.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you.
You were raised.
Yeah, last time I looked, there
Sure.
was something like £300 I'd raised on there.
Not
With
bad.
Nick Day.
Absolutely pissing it down last night as well.
Yeah.
It was horrible.
Yeah.
That goes
it's
towards St.
wonderful.
Gemma's Hospice, St. John's Crypt, not St. George's Crypt, sorry,
Mhm.
and the Leeds Rhinos Foundation. I do a lot of charity work. That's who I work for.
Oh, very interesting stuff. So you don't just play loud, fast, angry music. You have a conscience as well.
Yeah, I mean, I've not been playing any loud, fast, aggressive music this year. I don't know, neither has anyone. But yeah.
He's been
Yeah,
getting into fracking.
You what?
He's been getting into fracking.
Ooh,
Good joke.
wow.
No.
I've not been getting into fracking. That's not true.
The
Just-
family
just
business.
It's family business.
The Moss clan, known frackers.
Crack off.
Meet the frackers.
Fracks in the future.
Sorry, Shelley. You let it spiral out of control. You know what's going to happen if we start amusing ourselves. It's just going to... Don't shut up.
This
Do
is.
you know what? Today we did an interview with Louder Than War,
Mhm.
which is going to appear at some point, and we got a message off the guy who did it, and he's just writing like an article, but he did a video call with us and like to take some notes.
Yeah.
And he messaged me the other day saying that he got Google to run like a transcript of the conversation, and it was 70 pages long.
I am so not surprised. I mean,
Yeah, but even
We forgot, and we use his Zoom. We use his Zoom call just to catch up with each other.
that's what Ken's Pub is for.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
It was just an alehouse piss up with it. We're just,
We've got to be professional here. I thought it was a really good interview. If he just used the video footage, it'd be fine. But that's not what it was for. So
we're never ever going to have a professional video interview whilst I've got a clown behind me, like putting bunny fingers up, farting.
I didn't do that. I did my big fart top of the stairs.
That goes in the interview. That gets recorded.
Hannah fart.
Emma? Was it Emma then?
No, shush. Yellow card.
oh, Battle, you deserve this, mate.
Did you see my? I was on a call to Andy Davis. Andy Davis from TNS Records, who's putting ours out. Just to keep it in context, I was chatting to him last night, and Hannah was behind, like me, mimicking me, walking past daft things and that. And I think I went, watch this for parenting, and I got a bag of skips. Went, Hannah, and just threw him out the door and shut him out the kitchen.
No, you didn't. That's not bad. You know the song.
I tried doing that.
No, you said, I'm gonna fucking get out.
Adel, your daughter keeps you honest.
Drives me nuts. Can you go away, please?
So Jordan, I'm going to get back to the album. When
Okay,
you
yeah,
were doing your live feeds,
yeah.
the other guys scarpered on, one of them, you were all supposed to do it, and it ended up being you. I think you in your pants and those glasses.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you kept playing a new song, and I kept thinking, wow, this will be interesting to hear electrified. And it turned out to be the acoustic. Why did you guys decide to put an acoustic on the new album?
it's felt right, didn't it?
Do you want the
Yeah.
truth?
Yes.
We couldn't be bothered. Me, Ted, and Archie couldn't be bothered learning it.
That's not true.
Well,
Please do it.
yeah, that's skating
not
the truth.
Oh, that's the funny answer for Battle.
That's, there's maybe like a fraction of truth to that.
There's a fraction of truth in it, but it stands up
Fraction
on its own.
shit.
It doesn't need to be.
We
It
just
doesn't need
thought,
to be a loud, distorted song.
we just thought it'd sound good with obviously the last track coming in after it, where Tet's got his drum fill.
Yeah.
In the, and we just thought in the wider aspect of the album, like we pushed ourselves to do stuff that we haven't really done before in terms of the sound of the record. But we've always written songs first. It's not just about being as heavy or as loud or as fast as we can be. And I think we pushed it, as far as we have before, or further than we have before on this record. It made sense to kind of have something in there, which I think there's maybe one or two other songs which you'd maybe think back before the first Incisions album, and it'd fit with like the EP or the EP that we were putting out in terms of the sound, but it just felt like the right thing to sort of retain some of the structures of the songs that we've had in the past.
Oh, how lovely.
Look at her
She's
mustache.
so relaxed.
Look at that face. Oh,
She's furious.
I'm in love.
I'm loving that.
She's always furious.
You're not allowed to move anymore, Hannah. That's your resting place now. The cat will stay there until.
That. Look, she won't let Hannah move. She's got her hand on it.
Yep. Yeah, she's.
That's your life now, Hannah.
Girl.
Have you had something for afters?
No.
Do you like raspberry yogurt?
No.
You don't like raspberry yogurts?
I don't like raspberry.
I'm sort of glad because you won't eat any of mine, like. But what is up with you, child? Like,
you raised her, mate.
Yeah.
Did you hear that? Did you hear that belch?
No.
You not heard it?
I
Just
think
belched at
I
me.
heard like a millisecond of something, but it must have just not picked up on camera properly.
Right. I think we're all in now, aren't
You're doing it,
We are rolling
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
Cool.
Recording.
Hey.
Thank you for asking that. I've had a bit too much vodka. So. So I'm going to bring us back, corral us back. You guys are like herding cats, and I love it. But
I love that. I love that. And you're right. It's trying to herd these guys into a meaningful conversation.
yeah,
It's yeah.
it's nice. It's like a night at the pub without the pub.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like being at a gig without the gig, but I miss the gig.
It's like
Yeah.
just the bad parts, not the actual.
Yeah.
Yeah,
the
I miss
fun.
music,
Yeah.
but then again, you guys put out a really cool shirt where I'm in the photo, but I'm just a
We did.
blob on your shirt.
Oh,
So,
you found more than a blob on our minds.
There's a surprise on that photo as well, and no one's seen it yet. But we're not
No,
going
no,
to
Hey,
no,
there
no,
is a
no.
surprise.
Yeah, we won't
that
reveal
that
that.
T-shirt to us is the funniest thing ever, and no one's got it yet. Nobody's got it yet. What's going on?
I
So
am
if you're watching
tempted to
this
go up
and you know
get
what
the
T-shirt
shirt and
we
look
made,
again.
You what?
I'm half tempted to go up and get the shirt and look at it.
Yeah, I mean,
oh, you
there's-
should do. And anyone watching this at home, if they know what T-shirt we're talking about, just have a good hard look at it.
yeah. No one's got it, and it's been
No one's got it yet. And over time, as people watch it and like the image starts to get a bit cracked and stuff, it's going to be harder to work out, decipher what we've the thing that we've done.
Yeah, the joke's got a shelf life. Better go on it soon.
Right.
Exactly.
Can you share the joke with those of us who haven't seen it?
no one's got.
It's an inside band thing, and until someone comes to us and says, "Why have you done this?" We're not gonna.
Well, there's one
we're not-
person in
we're gonna hold
particular that should
it.
come to us and do that, isn't it? But we won't reveal that either.
Going on the t-shirt. It's not that hard to figure out, but it is the funniest thing ever.
That's a big claim, isn't it? Funniest thing ever.
What quadrant of the shirt should we be looking at?
What's that?
I don't know if I'm at liberty to say, shall I?
Yeah, we can't.
Sorry,
Bound
how's
by
the
data
delivery
protection. Oh, sorry. Interview over. I'm sorry. The Asda shop's come.
No, carry on. I've got my.
Do you want to mute yourself, Martin, while you're doing your
No.
Amazon?
I've got someone here who can just take over for me.
Hannah will answer all questions.
Yes.
Much more charmingly as well, and with better candor.
Yes.
And, yeah, without any wires broken whatsoever. It'll be a flawless interview.
So Hannah,
You are,
what's
Hannah?
it like having your dad in a punk band?
He has been since I was little, so yeah.
Do you reckon he's a changed person from being in bands? Could you imagine him not being in a band afterwards?
Okay, I'll rest a bit. He wasn't in a band before. He was with you, in Incisions, and he was going mad. And yeah, it was going mad.
When are you going to start your band, Hannah?
Yeah, when will you?
Yeah, you've been playing guitar.
When would I play in a band?
When will you start your band?
It depends.
Okay.
Well, you've been playing with your dad. Very talented, I've heard.
Don't let me say that.
No, Dad.
I saw you playing drums as well, and you've got some rhythm as well. Yeah.
What, Shelley? Hannah's got a channel.
Yeah. No, that's what that's all about. He's to
I'm sorry, Jordan, you broke up.
What?
Yeah, I said Hannah's got a TikTok channel where she puts up videos of doing pranks on Martin, and they're really funny.
No, I just yell at him on it.
I need to follow that channel.
Yeah, there's some pretty funny ones on there.
Have you done it today?
What?
Did you TikTok it today?
No. I'll be right back. I'll go and get my phone.
But tell Shelley about when she combed your hair the other day with the gel.
I thought she was being nice and combing my hair because it feels nice having your hair combed. What she'd done, she'd gone upstairs, got a comb, dipped it in a load of wet look hair gel, and like at the time, that's why I've shaved it off, and she just slicked it all back. I was like, oh, that feels nice, that. And she was videoing me asleep.
Dad, you asked me to brush your hair with a fork.
Oh, it's a fork, yeah, with a comb.
No, he asked me to brush his hair.
Just shut you up. Just get you to shut up so I could have a nap. I'm a man of age. I need me naps.
Oh, Shelley is watching. Very funny.
And yeah, what she did, Shelley, she gelled it in like a centre parting. She gelled it in a centre parting, and then took a photograph of me, and then a video of me and zoomed in and put it on TikTok. Okay, you can show you some of your TikToks, and then
No, not there.
Then you have to go.
No, just the pictures of Battle looking stupid, please. That would be.
Well,
it makes my day.
The dancing one.
Oh God, yeah, there's one of the dancing one.
Right.
You have to show it to there.
Yeah,
I know.
put it up to the camera.
I'm just trying to find it. Found him.
Go on then.
Wait, I'm
Little
gonna turn the
closer.
brightness.
Closer, please. There we go.
Wait, I'll zoom in.
I wish you could get Zoom to do like the actual show the image.
I
What
think
is
he looks
that right
better,
here?
better with that.
Looks
I
a
think you should bring
little,
that back, Mark.
That's my scalp.
He looks like Kim
Yeah.
Jong-un.
You look a bit
Ooh, mate,
bald
that looks
there, Battle.
bad, that mate. Yeah,
I think you could rock the curtains, mate.
couple of years ago, and that would have been shorter and thinner and less of
Yeah, I know.
that-
definite part in there.
That's
Look
better,
at-
innit? I'm off. That's why I've done this. I think that's my time. That's my time done for her. Oh yeah, that's one. I think that's cool, mate.
Is that pigtails? Have you got pigtails there? Stunning.
I gave him little spikes.
Shit house.
I have one where you look like a fish.
Right, come on then. What's happening?
Carry on anyway.
Yeah.
Hand things out. I'll spare it. Shut up.
Right, so, gosh, I am hurting cats with this as much as I'm enjoying all of the weird diversions we're getting into. The album's coming out on TNS Records. Where should people go to buy it? Should they buy it? Do you guys want people to buy it? Not
No.
just from the financial perspective, from the emotional, artistic perspective. Yeah,
I think
too much.
I want people to hear it more than buy it. That's what I'm. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
If people
Yeah,
talk,
I'm with you on that.
I kind of feel like there's an aspect with this album where, you know, there may possibly be some people that love the first record that don't necessarily like this one. But do you know what? I kind of take pride in the fact that we've, you know, I know that we've kind of grown as a band with this one, and the sound's a bit different, but it's still hard as fuck and heavy.
Gosh, yeah, but you can't have a full album of Corrupted System. I mean, you just can't.
But you could.
do it.
Think
You know,
of my
but-
arms.
That would be boring. as
people
hell.
do.
Yeah, it would.
Archie'd have a full album of Jug Money, wouldn't you?
We also think that while
Not really. Full
to
album.
an extreme with like how heavy the album is, you know, I still think they're the best songs that Incisions have written, like, you know, in every aspect really,
Mhm,
lyrically and you know, with the way that the songs are structured and stuff.
mhm.
What proper sums this album up for me is that me and Archie have been mates for many years, right? And we like a lot of the same bands as each other. That like Archie likes some bands that I like, but none of my other friends who he doesn't know. That like literally, there's some bands that me and him know loads about and nobody else does. And then there's other things that I listen to that Archie thinks is fucking ridiculous, and I think like what he listens to is like shocking Disney music, you know. But like with this, it's like intensely we've argued to a point where we've got something that we both love, and because obviously me and like as a guitar player and a bass player, like we're showing each other riffs and we have to be on the same page all the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. It has been fun. There's been sort of like, you know, there's always like little clashes, but they're always
It's a
fun,
brilliant
aren't
thing
they?
because I'm of the view is progress. Change your sound. And Archie's of the opinion of if it's not broke, don't change it.
I've actually used that line. But no, I don't. I think
obviously
I do.
that works like
And it wasn't-
I like AC/DC. I like Motorhead, and they churn out albums of that the same that the fans always like. So I respect that point of view. And
I'm sort of between. I think I'm really proud, as Jordan said, and as you're saying, I think that we have progressed and
you're just
changed with this
lazy.
with this album.
Archie, you're just a lazy bastard.
No, I think I've tried to, at times maybe just make sure we don't go too far, because obviously there is a sound that I really like that Incisions had before I joined the band, which was the reason I joined the band. And I still quite keen to keep it rooted in that to some extent, while still evolving and progressing and getting different influences and stuff like that.
The bizarre thing, I think, Archie, is you more than Jordan has made this album sound like an Incisions record. Do you know what I mean?
Well, I think it's been all of us, really, Matt. But thanks. I guess.
I mean,
sorry, here's the picture that Hannah just wants to show you another picture.
That looks
It's like
absolutely horrifying.
not someone from the Addams family.
yes.
Fishman Martin.
Fishman.
Martin.
But
Needs
Jordan,
to show me more respect. Needs to show me more
That
respect.
was from 2019.
Do you respect me in 2021?
Yeah.
Jordan, how did you get into the 80s hardcore scene? I mean, I've met your dad. I've seen you playing for the adolescent, opening for the adolescents. I don't quite get it. How did you get into 80s hardcore?
Well, I mean, growing up, my dad is he brought me up listening to like Clash and stuff like that, Fingers, and those sorts of bands, but never really had any interest in that sort of stuff. But obviously, I love those bands, and I still do now. Like the Clash are a massive influence on everything that I've done. But because I like that music, my kind of rebellion of going away from what my parents liked was going and listening to different types of punk, really, and like for me, my favorite type of punk is the faster and heavier and more horrible it is. Whilst being a ridiculously short song, that ticks the boxes for me. I don't, while strangely not really ever listening to any sort of metal or anything like that. Yeah, I don't know. I got into like Misfits and Black Flag and bands like that first, and like Steve, who was the first guitarist in the band, and played on the last record. Was a big influence for me as well. Like growing up with him, he got me into a lot of bands. But
is Steve older than you, Jordan? Is he a couple of years older than you? Like
a couple of years old, yeah. And he got me into a lot of these bands as well. So
I mean, your first.
That's another reason why I become mates with you because before I think I spoke to Steve before I spoke to you, Jordan. And me and him were chatting about bands and stuff, and I remember Iron Monkey came up, so I was chatting to Steve, and I think you come over to us. That's when we first met, There we are, and I took his job.
But
you've taken two guitarist jobs because you are the only guitarist now.
Yeah.
Well,
several.
Shout to him though. My second ever Incisions gig, Steve stood right in front of me at a sold out gig with drug church and single mothers. Stood like his head was like right there. And afterwards he complimented me. What a lovely man he is.
Yeah, we love Steve.
Nicest guy. Yeah, one of the nicest guys. Fucking love that guy.
But Jordan,
it's fucking. How nice is it? The fact that us three are really good mates with them two,
Yeah.
Jordan,
very nice.
Strange to me.
We've got a communal.
How you could get into the music of my youth, and you're young enough to be my own son. How did that happen?
I don't know. I like horrible music, and that's when all the best stuff was made. Poison Idea,
Yeah.
you know, all the bands around then. And I don't know. I kind of. It's not that I don't like a lot of punk bands now, because there's some great stuff about. But do you know what? A lot of the stuff wouldn't necessarily be strictly like rooted in being a punk band like Drug Church or Single Mothers and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think there's a lot more authenticity with older bands, and there's a lyric on the new album about punk bands singing happy songs. Well, everything's going to shit, and you know, and I do feel that with a lot of bands now, I don't really get that connect. I've always really loved like lyrics and stuff, and I think a lot of those older bands really nailed it with having that sort of direct point and aggression that, you know, I can sort of relate to, I guess.
Yeah, that's how I've been. My first punk record, I was a young child, not even a teenager, and the Sex Pistols came out. I went into the record shop with my birthday money and said, "What's new and cool?" They handed me that. That changed my life. But I didn't get into punk really properly until I bought the Dead Kennedys many years later. You know, I was still a young teenager.
Where did you grow up in the States, Ellie? Whereabouts in the States did you grow up?
In Cleveland, Ohio.
Was that the first Kennedy's record?
What? Right. Will you do a video like Andy's done of his punk story? Because I reckon that yours will be like Andy's is brilliant. Like how it's written is amazing. It's so good. But I want you to do something like that.
There is a plan.
Will you do it?
My story is very different. I was extraordinarily involved with the early thrash metal scene.
You knew Dave Mustaine, right? Weren't you mates with like Metallica and all those guys?
Dave Mustaine, yes. Metallica, no.
I
used an interview with them with Metallica because I was friends with Mustaine.
Right, but he was in Metallica when you knew him, though, right?
No, it was right after he left when he started Megadeth.
Ah, right.
Yeah.
Tet's a bit like Dave Mustaine.
Go on, what's this?
When were you hit out of Tet?
I've never heard this before.
No, you just remind me of Dave Mustaine, like loads.
I do get.
Thanks. I mean,
yeah, a bitter bastard. Bitter.
There it is. There it is. I thought it was coming. I'm not bitter.
If you have the vinyl, at least the original version, I think it's on the new one as well. Peace Sells, But Who's Buying, which is their most popular one. My name is on it, but they didn't spell it right.
Your name's on that album. Your name's on.
Yeah,
I might have that on the CD.
I haven't seen the CD version. I only have had the vinyl.
I can't think why they change it. Surely they would sell.
I have it on cassette.
I'm still friends with the guys, you know, so.
The funny thing is, you've probably your name has probably been closer to being on the proper album than my proper name has been on any of the Incisions albums.
You're on the last one.
I find that quite funny actually, because my proper name has not shown up on any of the albums. And I think
it is Andy on the
Andy, right? Sorry, Tet. How many times I can count on my hands how many times I've ever called you Andy.
It feels horrible, dude.
Yeah.
And so here's another thing. We like
to a lot of people. I am known as Tet, but I am called Andy as well. Like that's also my name.
What did you announce when we were on tour with Throwing Stuff?
When I was battered. When you were battered,
doesn't matter, does it really? Yeah.
We're driving to the next gig. Everyone was in the back, and I'd had a couple of drinks. I was like, Andy is dead. Long live Tet. And they've taken that word, and they've rolled with it since.
How could you not?
Yeah.
That's like the torch being handed down, isn't it?
Tet to me.
I'm known as Ted to a lot of people, but I like to just get the word out there as well.
Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing.
Fair enough,
Tell me one other person who you know who's called Tet. Who's called Tet?
Tet
in the world. Nobody else in the world is called Tet.
There's quite a few Andys.
3 letters, and you fucking owned it. T-E-T.
Andy Tet.
Andy Tet Teal, like that's fine.
You really
Andy
don't
Tet
suit the name Andy.
Do I not?
No.
Do I not?
True.
No.
What name do I suit? And don't say John, because he doesn't suit
Tet.
John either.
Tet.
That's not a real name.
Singular. Vernon Supreme. The Barnsley Bastard.
Ellie the Smacker.
He's a real person though. He wears a boot on his head.
Johnny the Smacker. Dave
The Pack Horse.
Swampy John. The Pack Horse. The Checkout Family.
Checkout Family is a new one.
Dr. Fulton.
Yeah, it's a weird one. My dad was a newsagent, so he worked to Checkout. My brother works in web design, works in e-commerce as like designing e-commerce checkouts. So it's the Checkout Family. That's basically where it's come from. I don't use a checkout, but I used to. My mum used to have a lottery gift. So yeah. You only just call me the Checkout Family because my brother works in checkouts for.
That's what you said by accident. That's literally the only.
Oh yeah, I did actually. Yeah, I did.
You did say it. You said
it. Yeah. Yeah, I'll hold my hands up and say that in a slip. I said the Checkout Family instead of checkout. I don't know what I was meant to say instead. But yeah.
Here's another question. Here's another question. Who's got the worst music taste and decisions? And after 3, we'll all say it. 1, 2, 3. Tet.
Now, Jordan said Martin before Battle, so what?
I've got the worst music
taste.
Oh, you know, so it's all taste, isn't it? Is there any such thing as good or bad taste? Yeah,
I think I've got a much more eclectic music taste rather than any of these guys. I listen to other kinds of music than these guys listen to.
He does. He was playing dubstep in the car with me.
Every single artist you listen to has sold 1 million records.
So yeah, and that comes from listening to music that you could only get from torrents. No, from torrents. You couldn't get small DIY music through illegal means because there wasn't enough people trying to share it. That's why generally my music taste from when I was a kid was mainstream punk, pop punk.
Did you never buy CDs, Tet? Did you never buy CD?
My God,
no.
you're making me feel old, Tet. I feel
Shelley, it did it to me, Jordan, Archie. It made us feel like fucking old. And I'm younger
than Tet, and I've never torrented anything in my life.
Well, I didn't.
I wouldn't have an idea how to. But then you are a bit of a computer whiz. I'm a bit of a technophobe.
Yeah, and my brother is big into technology as well. The funny thing is,
I was scared of getting dodgy porn on my laptop with those websites that kids at school.
That's why you just get your brother to download it, mate, and then just steal all his music taste. That's what I did.
I used to steal CDs from HMV when I was.
Fair enough. Yeah, the System of a Down album that tells you to do that.
That was the first one that I stole. Yeah, I did.
Yeah, I thought you would have been influenced by that.
That was an early one. But then I realised it was so fucking easy that I went on a weird little kleptomaniac spree of about 2 years.
I have never stolen anything.
As a result of my crime.
From a shop. That's not my brother. That's not my dad's.
But
I don't know if you've seen the adverts there, but you know that piracy is illegal and is like stealing.
Well, it depends on where you live. When I lived in Switzerland, it was okay to download but not upload.
Pet's a knockoff Nigel.
Thanks, mate. So I used to get a lot of my music taste from that. I was in the school band for 5 years, like, so that helped influence my music. School band for 5 years, yeah, as the drummer.
Yeah, he joined that band, by the way, Shelley. He joined that band when he was in the 5th year. So he was in the school band when he was 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. He was 21 and playing in a school band.
Yeah, you
You're
was.
not 21 when you're in school.
He was.
No,
Yeah.
it wasn't. It was from year 7 to year 11. So like when I was like 11 to 15, I played drums in the school band. When I went to uni, one of my flatmates that I used to live with was really into house music. So I got a lot of influences from the house music that he listens to, dubstep, techno, the old dubstep. Like I listen to that kind of music as well. So it's not just punk that I listen to.
Pet used to be like an MC as well at like drum and bass gigs.
I didn't, but a hardcore punk band.
MC Barnsley, it was called MC Barnsley.
MC Barnsley, and he used to just like be like, what was it like?
On the ones and twos. Set from Barnsley, here we go.
How much?
I'm here from Barnsley, and I've come to say that I don't. I'm here from Barnsley, and I've come to say I don't like Sheffield anyway. You know, that's.
Who's got the,
I thought that'd make you laugh.
Rap lyrics, by the way.
We actually did make a rap. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
We made a tech rap when we were recording the album, and
check me out schools. I'm John fucking Tetley. Something ever met me.
That should be released as covered item.
Those were like freezing John Tetley, and I'm here to say.
I completely disagree, Shelley. I think it should be burned in a incinerator. So large incinerator.
It was when Jordan were doing the vocals in the studio. Me, Tet, and Archie were all pissed, and we'd done our jobs, so we were all clowning about. And Jordan had come in and go, "How was that, lads?" And every single time, all three of us go, "Oh yeah, it was great," and we're not listened because we're all clowning about.
It was during the breakdown to
repeat prescription. Repeat prescription. I've got a video of you actually with a Gibson Explorer whilst Jordan's recording the acoustic song, and he's giving it beans, being emotional, recording it, and you're like throwing shapes, like it's fucking ridiculous. Yeah. I've still got that. It's fucking.
You got that video? I'd like to see that.
Got it.
Well done. Nice. All right, we have about 7 minutes left.
Is there any last questions you want to ask us, Shells?
Yeah, I want to herd the cats in.
Should we not just create a Facebook chat between the 5 of us?
No,
and then it won't like turn off.
Do you know what happens in that? What happens in that chat that he's mentioning is you don't look at it for 10-15 minutes, and then you look at your phone again, and then it says 99 plus.
Yeah.
Right, guys, we've got like 7 minutes. Let's just get a question through and actually try.
Thank you. So,
well, Ken, good work, Ken.
Gosh, this has been such a strange but fun.
The best Saturday night that you've had during the pandemic. This is what it is.
You didn't expect anything else, Shelley.
What's that, Jordan?
You did not expect anything else, and you know you didn't.
I didn't expect it to go quite so long, but I'm glad it did because I've had fun. It's the best Saturday night I've had in about almost a year.
Yay, that's good.
Right.
I'm happy to say that we can bring that.
I'm pissed, mate. I don't know about
I'm stone cold sober. I really wish I was drunk.
I'm fucking leathered.
2 pints in.
Yeah, I know. I can
2 pints in, I'm all right.
I was sober when we started.
All right.
sober, but you've got your daughter there, so you're staying somewhat sober.
No, she's had a tea now. I've cooked a tea and sent her off. That is good parenting. That's how you parent.
Hey, I've seen how you parent in real life. It's actually quite good.
Yeah, you get yourself down, mate. It's really good parent.
He's good.
No, she's a very, very easy child to parent. She's mint.
She
is. Best mate. Best friend in the world.
Oh, cheers.
All right then.
People in America have been hearing.
I'm trying to get what I want is Jordan.
Val, we were having the question then.
Go on, Shirley. Sorry.
Thank you, gentlemen. My friend Scary, who has another show on WCSB, the radio station that I work, so-called work. It's free. It's always been free. I've been on there. I started there in '84, been back and forth a few times. She played you guys before I even realized she was playing you guys.
No way.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Brilliant. Yeah. You guys have a certain je ne sais quoi.
I thought you were going to say that we were breaking America then. I thought you were going to say you've broken America. And I was like, oh, I've not even realized.
Cleveland, but let's face it, Cleveland is kind of like Manchester that didn't recover quite so well. Yeah. So you've made an impact though on people that aren't just in Manchester, aren't just in the UK. How are you looking to take that forward with the new album?
Yeah, I think we definitely want to play more places, but you know, it's going to be difficult. But you know, I think one thing that did really help us though, and I mean, obviously we're lucky that we're in Manchester, and Manchester's got an abundance of like amazing promoters, and Manchester Pub Festival, which has given us such a big platform with like TNS Records as well to get in front of people.
Absolutely.
But you know, there's we played a lot of Manchester gigs, and we have played a lot of Manchester gigs since we started, and I've always kind of been asked why we play in Manchester so often, and people would be like, play once a year and your gigs will be better, and you know, all this sort of stuff. But we just played like every couple of months. There was one point where we played 3 times in 1 month. That was when these lot were in the band as well. We played 3 times in 1 month in Manchester.
Oh dear.
But you know, our gigs in Manchester now are fucking chaos, and you know, they're busy, and you know, we've got a great like following of people that we know and love, and you know, we want to be at our gigs. And from that, there's been like a buzz that's gone out elsewhere, because there's a lot of people looking at Manchester to see what is going on because of things like TNS and Manchester Pub Festival. So
exactly.
Yeah, but obviously, yeah, we want to go and play as many places as we can.
Mm-hmm.
You know, everywhere,
including Cleveland. Ohio.
I'll get you.
There is a Manchester.
Sorry?
Is it?
There's a Manchester, Ohio, isn't there? There's a Manchester in Ohio. If only we can do the.
We'll skip that one.
Not that I know of.
I think it's like south.
Is it Barnsley in America?
There will be a Barnsley. There'll be a new Barnsley where it's like idyllic. It's like a paradise.
Paradise in Ohio. I can assure you of that.
Is there a Barnsley in America?
Isn't Cleveland where Clark Kent's supposed to be from?
I think
in Superman.
So. Drew Carey was apparently.
That's where he crashed from Krypton. So you know.
Yeah.
They've got some.
I have to admit, I'm not positive on that.
Is it west or east side Ohio? Like.
Well,
it's kind of middle, isn't it?
It's about 500 miles west of New York City.
Oh,
I thought
fucking
it was
hell.
like
Yeah,
East
right in the middle, isn't it?
America, like
Matt,
It's-
Hannah showed me the other day.
it's-
Hannah showed me the other
it's-
day. She showed me this map of
near
Europe
Washington.
and all the train lines in Europe, right? And all the train lines in the States. It's fucking ridiculous how little trains they have in America. Mental, isn't it?
Exactly.
You get
I
greyhounds, don't
took
you?
the train from Cleveland to New York. It took me 12, 13 hours because it went all up along the lake and then up and down back to New York City.
Gonna defeat this corrupted system or eternal weakness. Gonna defeat this corrupted system or eternal weakness. The laws that they try to enforce, their way of holding us down. They are the unstoppable force. I'll bury my head in the ground. I do not accept your control. Entitled to question your motives. Monitor my every move. Don't think that I haven't noticed. The corrupt have the power. They're determined to waste it. It was like the first time really that I'd been.
Oh my god! Oh my god! Check this out. Emma's on it's Emma's mate's birthday, right? And it's on like a Zoom chat, and this fella is spit to tap.
Can you see it?
Look at him.
Oh my God, he is.
Yeah.
How are you in
Oh,
two
my
places at once, mate?
That's Tet, isn't it?
Don't look impressed. Oh, I can't hear me.
It is Tet.
Are
Oh
you
wait.
are you duplicating yourself?
He's muted. He's muted. He's muted. He's chatting away.
I'm chatting away and saying that I'm holding my cards close to my chest on the cloning device that I've got in the third bedroom. That I've acquired over. You know when I said earlier about like I wish I'd put my mind towards something over this lockdown period. Put my mind towards time travel, and I think it's worked. It's worked too well, but I've been caught out now. So thanks, Battle.
I'm impressed. I am totally impressed.
You've got to apply your skills somewhere, haven't you? You know,
Is
got my soul running now.
Is that actually going to come back or not?
Archie was tired. Archie's flagging after yesterday, innit? So I understand if he can't come on. Like, he's having a bad time. Bless him.
He's off there. He's been raising money for charity. We can't.
It's absolutely pathetic that he go missing. I'm not giving him any credit for it. If he's not coming back,
Have you donated anything to him?
I have, yeah, of course I have.
How much?
I don't believe that he did what he's saying he's done. So
I don't think he did either. He went back. He went straight back in the house when he heard it. Did he?
Yeah.
I want to. If I get enough support, I will sleep in the Kita storage box that I've got outside. Say if we get 500 quid's worth of donations to
what charity?
Probably the same ones that Archie's going towards, like the homeless charities.
Rugby players.
No, just general homeless charities. Because it makes more of awareness that actually it's really hard. Just for one night, Archie's been complaining all day.
When I did it, I did like a homeless week for charity, and it's grim because I like lying. And as you men know, I've like swore at you two when you try to come on, we've got to go. Like, imagine that, but like outside, it's fucking grim, man.
Yeah,
It is.
and it needs a lot of extra eyes on it. So I suppose it's a worthwhile charity, even though
Absolutely.
he should have live streamed it. I wanted him to live stream it, my donation included the recommendation that he should live stream it on Twitch.
He well phoned his dad, didn't he? Going, Simon, can you take me inside, please?
Make us a sandwich.
Oh, and here he is. And he has returned.
Is he here, Ken?
Yeah, he's connected to audio. Hey, up, mate. So we don't want to keep you, Shelley, for too long. So we've kept you for like an hour and a half chatting absolute nonsense up to now. So yeah, thank you for it.
It's like let's chat for fucking ages and get led together.
Like I said, it's like Ken's pub, you know. It's hanging.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
Seeing artsy ceiling.
Do you know where Ken's pub comes from? By the way, the origins of Ken's pub. So when we played at Boomtown with a tent, my friend Duncan give me a tent, and it had 2 separate bedrooms. Mm-hmm. So Archie and Tet and Joe Malloy, who drove us. Joe's the singer in a band called Animal Byproducts, a band that Tet's in as well. He's like one of Archie's oldest mates, like one of our best pals. Like it looks like Rolf Harris. And what we did to make sure nobody robbed our tent was that I'd be in the tent and start shouting like I was Jim McDonald off Coronation Street. Start shouting like Northern Irish phrases.
We'd have
aggressively out.
Ken before we went out about like we're going to watch the bands now, Ken, and we'd be like, oh fuck off, I'm staying in the I'm
fucking staying in the fucking tent. Get down now. Don't you dare come back, you fucking twat.
And then we started telling everyone there was an angry, pissed Irishman called Ken in our tent. So people wouldn't go in there. And it actually started because we bought the most obscene amount of booze on the way to Boomtown. We filled an entire boot of a Ford Galaxy up to the windows with booze. And we ran
more booze than musical gear that we had.
We ran out after 2 fucking days of booze as well. But we filled it up and then we loaded it all in there, and then we were going to watch bands, and there was this group of people sat like next to our tent, and someone was commenting on how much booze we had in there, and that's why we made up Ken to try and scare him off from going in there. We pretended there was someone in the tent.
Yeah. It was a genius ploy.
It was. It's fucking brilliant.
It really kind of worked as well.
Yes, wasn't everybody off of Coronation Street? Because that's all I see when I see the comments. It's all Coronation Street names.
Well, it's all pretty much just one Coronation Street name, really. It's just a particular character that Martin kind of introduced us to. Well, I never grew up watching Coronation Street. I don't have a fucking clue what any of it's about. Yeah. Martin's a big soap opera fan, really, isn't he? Bit of a weird one.
No, I'm not now. I was in the 90s.
Yeah, whatever, mate. Whatever.
I will admit my shame. When I moved to Switzerland in 2002, I got one channel in English aside from CNN, and that was BBC Prime.
Ooh.
And all the show was things like EastEnders, changing rooms, or whatever that was called. And Holby
fucking copies.
Bowen.
I mean, there's some classic characters on the EastEnders, surely. Pat Butcher.
Yeah. Well,
what's he called? Baldy.
Butcher.
Bill Mitchell.
Frank Butcher. Frank Butcher is amazing.
A tramp.
Fucking wasn't
in Corrie. Corrie's based like
Danny Dyer was in it, right? Danny Dyer was on Corrie.
He's in Corrie. He's in EastEnders, yeah. But Corrie's based around here.
Yeah.
So Jim McDonald, like Jim McDonald, an Irish, an Irish madman. He's the greatest character. And Jim McDonald could fit in like Sopranos, Archie. Do you know what I mean? Imagine Tony going, oh, yeah, my cousin Jim's coming in. Jim rocks in, going, oh, what are you now? How about you?
How about you?
I see you fucking Elizabeth.
There's a great scene that you showed us where the 1 minute he's saying, won't get any bother, not for me anyway. And then literally 7 minutes later, he's trying to break his way into his wife's house with a shovel.
He threatens his best mate. He threatens to kill his best mate with a spade.
Okay, you master.
Liz, come here. I'll kill you.
I have watched EastEnders because of that early exposure when I first moved to Europe. I've watched 2 or 3 episodes of Coronation Street. Could not watch anymore.
No, I think that's kind of the limit for me as well, Shell. I just stick with the YouTube highlights.
Yeah.
Sometimes they're a bit much.
If you want to know what's going, what the pinpoint Coronation Street stories you need to know about, I'm your man.
Yeah. Yes.
Anyway, on that note, are there any other like big questions you want to ask? Because I'm lagging quite a bit. I didn't get a lot of sleep last night.
Yeah.
So I think if you guys want to carry on for a while, that's cool. But I think I might duck soon. So if there's any last,
can you ask Archie? Can you ask Archie an individual question just to Archie? Just ask Archie a question.
The band that I can. Don't ask me individual questions.
Archie.
Oh, you can do if you want.
I will.
Do you want to know about Archie going on loan to other bands?
Yeah, I'm up for loan. Reasonable price.
Go
Who are
ahead.
you going on loan to at the minute? Who are you rumoured to
going on loan to?
Yeah.
Currently, there's been a few rumours.
Yeah.
I don't know. I wouldn't really want to speculate at this minute. It's kind of top secret.
Right.
Secret, but
Do you know like in football teams loan the players to other teams to get them experience and to make that team better? What we send Archie out on loan to other bands. We send him out on loan so he makes them better and he comes back a better person and a better bass player.
So where have you been heading off to, Archie?
He was on loan to Kearney's Jig, but he's come back from
Jig.
And he's
Jig. They ended up breaking up apparently.
Split up now, yeah. Split up.
There's rumours about.
I couldn't get them through the season. I tried my best, but they couldn't make it. Sorry, Kearney's Jig.
There's a rumour that he might be going to a band with arse in the name.
Oh.
I don't have enough bass strings though to play that. five strings.
Before anyone asks, it's not called Tet's Green Arse or anything like that.
But
that's a new project.
No one mentioned that, Tet. Nobody mentioned that other than you.
I'm just quelling the thoughts. That's all. Just making sure.
Yeah.
All right.
This is all a joke.
Yes, I'm sure it quite is, even though I don't believe it's a joke. All right, so you've got the new album coming out, TNS Records. I hope to see you guys at a gig sometime this year, but I don't think it's likely. Do you have
maybe towards the end of this year, I reckon. Maybe.
Yeah.
Question.
In a perfect world, you will see us at the gigs when at the end of the year.
But is it perfect? No.
Jordan's doing the pose of our album cover. Look at him. Did you see that?
He did. Jordan.
He just did it.
Jordan is Bliss.
It proper is. Fuck it off.
Do it again. I think I got it.
It's from hearing you lot drag this out.
It's Tet. Tet did it. Tet talking
I-
made you do
I
that,
said-
like turned you into that guy.
70 pages on Louder Than War.
It's not me that's over talking. It's not me that's over talking.
If that
But
was
as soon as
70
I say-
pages, this is
said
going to
that
have
twice.
chapters.
You just said that twice. You can't say I'm not over talking and say something twice in a row.
You can't start a sentence and then someone else butts in and then not continue the sentence from there.
You can't
We're
say
getting sidetracked here, mate.
Right.
We're getting sidetracked on the discussion of getting sidetracked, mate.
All right, Bliss,
So
new album coming out, TNS Records.
New album
Look out
coming
for
out,
it.
BLISS, TNS Records, a little bit different from your past stuff. Anything you'd like the listeners to know about that?
I think it is different, but I think at the same time there is still the incision sound there. That's something that I've pushed for, as previously noted. Still rooted in the sort of 80s hardcore stuff, I think. With
all I'm going to say is you can't say I'm not over talking twice in a row. It doesn't make sense.
you've just tried to make the same point twice now. So you've just you've made it worse. Why are we coming back onto this statement? Listen to the new album. It's probably the best album that we've done as all four of us.
Yeah.
On the first album, me and Archie kind of picked up the songs and kind of rolled with it, but they were already pre-made songs that we were playing.
Yeah.
On this, it's got a lot of us in it.
There's
rather
loads
than
of
picking
fucking
up the
riffs.
songs that we
Loads of
made.
big riffs.
Loads of big riffs, loads of very happy songs.
I
He
wouldn't
lies.
say that listening to the
Have
lyrics.
you listened to it, Tet?
Of course I've listened to it.
Fucking loads of happy songs.
That's the joke.
I
But,
find loud, aggressive music happy.
Fair play.
yeah,
Maybe he's right.
Archie,
I said happy. I said happy, but more
I
angry.
messaged Jordan the other day to check if he was all right after having typed up all the lyrics to send to Andy. And
Yeah, Ken, do you know that he wrote them lyrics like nearly a year ago?
Yeah, I know. Just it's just the first time I'd actually properly read them all front to back, and at the end, you're just kind of like, "Fuck, there's some dark."
You fucking spell checked him. Me and you spell checked him and didn't say anything wrong with him, and then Tet spell checked him and saw everything wrong with him.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Jordan,
There were so many spelling mistakes.
Jordan, you're a bit dark then.
no, I'm just a bit moody and childish.
I wouldn't say childish, but especially with those lyrics. They're not about fake people this time.
No, I just I can't. Do you know what I've tried? I've said this before. Like I've tried to sit down several times with like an idea of like I'm going to write a song about this, but I can never do it, and it always just kind of happens. Like, just it's playing along to a riff or something. But yeah,
we know it's going to be a song, a proper song. We know it's going to be a song when me, Tet, and Archie are like just jamming and playing a riff over and over and over again, and he sits down scribbling. We know then that it's going to be a fucking song. Like, do you know what I mean?
So that's when you start writing, Jordan, is when the
Lovely
music
way to work.
together.
Yeah, well, that's how I kind of do it now. I think this has helped as well, but I have a think about we have to like write something in the. There's no let's do half a song and come back to it next week and think on it. Like we have to just get stuff done straight away.
Yeah.
So most of the album, like the most part of the songs was written within like half an hour of someone having like an idea of a riff or something. You just get it done straight away. But
Damn.
I think that's why it kind of sounds so personal, because it, I don't put a lot of time. I've not often put a lot of time into thinking about like a concept for lyrics or something like that. What will generally happen is we'll start writing, figure out like a structure for a song, and like I'll make some noises along to the music and figure out maybe like syllables and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And probably be like a line in some lyrics that I'll make up to fit them syllables that I like. And then I just kind of build it out backwards from that. But yeah.
Wow. I like hearing that. I like your writing process. And I think that's pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, everybody, buy Bliss on TNS Records.
Yes. I thought you were saying buy as in buy, BYE, like see you later.
I thought that was the big
You've taken
goodbye.
up too much of my time.
Everybody.
Is the prelude to the other buy.
Is Battle already gone?
No, he's still
man.
His video's off.
Yeah, you can buy Bliss.
Video is back now.
Or you can listen to it for free on the internet, or you can torrent it on Tech's website.
For pre-order April the 2nd. If you can find any seeders, then torrent it. I don't give a shit. You know, as long as you listen to the music.
We're in the streaming age now,
with it.
People have Spotify, Apple Music.
Well, yeah, this is where the world's come to. So please stream it. Stream it.
You'll find
on
it. Bandcamp,
Spotify, Apple Music, Bandcamp,
YouTube,
RedTube somewhere. It'll be
the
red
arse, the green arse tapes. Available soon. That's my seal.
All right, guys. I cannot wait to see you guys again in person.
Same.
You too,
It's been a pleasure. Thank you for putting up with us for nearly 2 hours.
Thank you guys for putting up with me.
Is that all it's been?
I think it's been a bit longer, but time flies when you're having fun.
It's been way over 2 hours.
Can I just say as well that there is a Barnsley in Kentucky and also Pennsylvania.
And on that note,
I have never lived in either state.
Now you know. Now you know where to go in America when you next visiting.
That's it.
Love you, Shelley, and thank you for everything that you do for us. Appreciate it.
You are very welcome. Love you guys all, and hope to see you soon, please.
Yeah.
See ya.
Bye.
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 Bye.